Everyone, welcome to the Ukulele channel. Today I wanted to talk about one of the things that confused me the most when I started playing ukulele, which was the plethora of ukulele strings that exist out there. And what I figured is I would load up stringsbymail.com. It's a company in the United States that sells strings. They have a set price for shipping. The strings are pretty well priced, I find. And then when you factor in the shipping costs, it really, for me, is one of the cheapest way to get strings. Now, I do think it's great if you have a club that meets at a local, music store or something, or if you have a dealer that you frequent, yeah, that purchase of a set of strings helps them. So I'm not saying don't buy strings at your dealer, but if you're like me, you need more than you frequently go to a dealer in person. So I wanted to show you here, and if you're looking at the screen right now, and you should be, because it should be split screen at this point, you'll see it. There's all these categories, and you'll see it. There are ukulele strings or ukulele strings. I'm going to select that, and you can see what we all get here. Now, one of the great things about String by Mail is they make it pretty clearly. You've got soprano ukulele strings, concert ukulele strings, tenor ukulele strings, baritone ukulele strings. Now, there are more choices than that. For example, Pepe Romero makes baby baritone strings you could put on a tenor, or I've even done it on a concert ukulele, so you can tune the instrument like a baritone, even though it's not. I'm not going to even talk about there. I'm going to talk about you have a concert ukulele. You know your strings are worn out. You want to buy strings, but you just don't know what to get. This is a great place to go. So I'm going to just say, let's say you have a concert ukulele and you want to do it. So I'm going to select that. All right, so here we go. Look at what pops up here. And the descriptions tell you everything you need to know. And let's talk about it. First one, $4.50 here is a Fremont Soloist wound low G string for soprano. That is not a set of strings. That is a single string that is wound, and it's low G. So it's changing ukulele from being the traditional reentrant bum 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 to being straight bum 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 in a line. So that's what linear or low G tuning is versus high G. So that's not what you'd want. But as you go here, you have lots of choices. And I'm just going to point out some of my favorites. I would divide the categories into three. You have fluorocarbons, you have the Nile gut or Nile tech, and then you have everything else. So generally your ukulele is probably going to come with either an Aquila or an Aquila. That's how we say it in the United States, but I believe it's Aquila, like eagle in Italian. Your ukulele is probably come strung with Nile gut, super Nile gut strings. I just had to do one other thing. I had to add show all items at the bottom. So I'll go backwards to let you see that, what that looks like. So I scrolled down and then I chose to show all products. Generally, if your ukulele came with strings, it came with ones that are very much high G tuning, super Nile gut strings. That's likely what came with your ukulele. Now I'm going to show you some of my favorites and just some things that you can try. The Martin M600s are one of my favorites. They're cheap, $5.99 pack, and they're all over the place. You can find them all over the place. They're a thin, clear fluorocarbon. I like the brights, not the warms, the bright oases. So I'm going to scroll up to them. The 8000 Uke 8000 Oasis here for $9.50 gives you two sets of strings in there. I like those as well. They're a thinner fluorocarbon as well. The Uke Logics here are wonderful. You want to probably, starting with reentrant ukulele, look at the 300C or the 100P. The 100P are a little softer. They're fluorocarbons. The blue are going to be clear. The pink are going to have a pink hue to them. They are made and packaged by the setup professional at the ukulele site in Hawaii. That's his own separate company. Some other favorite strings of mine, I do actually like the Flight fluorocarbons. They're pretty affordable at $6.99. I do like the Aquila Sugar here, the high G set. I like them as well. They do squeak for a little while when you install them. I have been playing with the B black strings. I'm going to see if I can find those here as we're scrolling up and down here. The B blacks are brand new, and I don't see them here, but I know that they've got them. They'd be a black package, but I don't see them. Unfortunately, they're not on the search page for concert yet, but there are B black strings that have the feel of a fluorocarbon but are black strings. The kids' Aquila strings that I use are right here, the 138U. I will say, however, that you can buy those in bulk direct from Aquila in Italy if you're a teacher for much cheaper than that. They're $10.99 a set, and you go, oh my gosh, they're $10.99 a set. But when you buy one of those sets, they're actually donating a set to, for example, Ukulele Kids Club, which helps giving ukuleles to kids in hospitals and things. So there's a donation there. Then there are some other choices for you. There are nylon strings. There are like the sugar strings that I just talked about. There are, just looking up and down here, bio nylon. The B blacks are a bio material as well. There's so many choices, but really what you need to understand is you're buying a set of strings. You're generally going for high G for your instrument. And if you're not, then you probably know what you want to get. I would stay away from the Aquila Reds. They had in the past a tendency to break. That's not always true anymore, but they have a sort of material grip on them as you play them, and they have been known to sort of shred some plastic ukuleles, so you want to be careful, like the frets on those, because there might be metal particles in the strings themselves. They don't hurt your fingers, but they will wear down. And then Worth strings are fantastic. They're from Japan. They're fluorocarbon. There are brown that are a little more mild sounding. There are clear. They can be a little tricky to know which one you typically want to buy. You want to look for not the low G set. You want to look for your standard set. I think generally the BMs, if I can find them here. So right here you see the BM46 and the CM46. That's the place if you want to try the worst to start going. The medium browns and the medium clear. Again, the browns are a little more mild sounding, the clears are more bright sounding. And in general, clear strings tend to be a little more bright sounding than other strings. Now there are strings that I avoid. I'm not going to pick on those in here because some people love them. Strings are completely subjective, but what really becomes important is that you buy the right strings for your instrument. And it's okay to try some strings, but when you've tried your strings, leave them on your ukulele for a few weeks at least, because some strings take some time to settle, and it also takes some time for your ear to get used to those strings. And after a little while, you might find out that you like it. If you cut them off too early, then you might not get the chance to sort of let them sit with you. So I wanted to do a search here and point out also the 180U here, the Aquila 180U B Blacks. They are also a bio-nylon string that has sort of the tonal and feeling qualities of a fluorocarbon. If you don't like clear fluorocarbon, maybe you don't like Worth Browns, I think it's worth trying the V Blacks. They do squeak for a while. They do take a couple days to settle in, but once they do, they are really wonderful. And again, they're cheaper here on Strings by Mail than I found other places as well. So I don't know. I hope this helps. If I'll just go back a couple pages. And again, if you had soprano ukulele, you could choose soprano and see the strings. Yes, there are a lot of strings that work on soprano and concert at the same time. They don't really worry about it too much. Baritone strings, there are a number, and there are more companies than Strings by Mail carries. Also, if you are a purchaser of Strings by Mail, you use them to buy strings. If there is a string set that you don't see that you know you would buy from them, contact them. They will be happy to try to stock that string for you because they want your business. And if they know that they can sell you some strings, they'll try to get them for you. So also do that. And again, I'm not saying don't support your local store. Please do. If you have another website that you'd like to order strings from, please do. But I'm just showing you really quickly, just trying to explain the string world because that's what confused me the most as I got into ukulele back in 2016. All right, thanks so much for joining me for this video. I hope that's helpful. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll be back soon with some more uke stuff for you.